everywhere, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. So I decided to try it out because it not only looks delicious, but it also looks really easy to make. So without further ado, let's jump into the ingredients. For today's recipe, we're gonna need cherry tomatoes. I got a package of cherry tomatoes at the grocery store and it's about 600 grams. Pinch of pepper, 1 package of short pasta. I'm using fusilli today, but you can use any other short pasta of your preference. Salt to taste, 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil, a small bunch of fresh basil. Of course, we need a block of feta cheese, Parmesan cheese for topping, 4 to 5 garlic cloves, chili flakes to taste, and oregano to taste as well. We're gonna start by preheating our oven at 400 Fahrenheit degrees or 200 Celsius. So let's set our oven to 200 Celsius. While our oven is preheating, we're gonna get everything else ready to make our pasta. First thing we're gonna do is to peel our garlic. I am putting 5 cloves of garlic because I love garlic. Garlic is life, guys. And the way I like to peel garlic is with a big knife. You're gonna squish your garlic. Give it a good squish. And that way, the skin of the garlic will come out very easily. Just like that. I'm gonna repeat the same process with all my garlics and I'll show you guys what's next. Once that we have peeled our garlic, we're gonna grab our cherry tomatoes and place them in a casserole dish like this, or if you have any other dish that is baking safe, you can go ahead and use that. So place your tomatoes in there. Next, we place our garlic cloves. And now we're gonna drizzle about 2 tablespoons onto our garlic and cherry tomatoes. Top it with some salt, not too much because feta cheese is already pretty salty, and then some fresh ground pepper all over your tomatoes, guys. Fresh ground pepper gives it a really good taste. I like fresh ground pepper rather than just ground pepper. Once we've topped it with salt and pepper, we're gonna give it a good mix, just like that. And then we're gonna place our feta cheese in the middle. Earlier we used 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We're gonna use our remaining third one to top our cheese with olive oil. And now we're gonna top it with some dry oregano and chili flakes. All over, chili flakes to taste. So we have everything we need in our casserole and it should look something like this. So into the oven for 40 minutes. While our ingredients are baking, we're gonna cook our pasta and get everything else ready to assemble it all together. To make our pasta, we're gonna fill our pot with water. Once we filled up our pot with water, we're gonna turn our stove high heat and bring it to a boil. Our water is boiling now and we're gonna add a pinch of salt to it. Once we've added our salt, we're gonna dump our pasta into the water, cover it with our lid, and let it cook for about 7 to 8 minutes. It's really important that you wait till the water is boiling because that will prevent the pasta from sticking. Our pasta is cooking, our tomatoes and feta cheese are baking, and last thing we're gonna do is to cut our fresh basil. For our basil, we're gonna start by removing the leaves from the stem. Just rip it apart and put it aside. Continue to do that with the rest of your little bunch, and afterwards we're gonna chop it. You can add as much basil as you want, so I think I'm only gonna do 1 little stem. I believe 2 will be too much. We already put oregano and chili flakes. Let's have in mind that fresh basil adds a stronger flavor than dry herbs. So I think this will be good. So now that we have removed the basil leaves from the stem, we're gonna chop it really finely, just like this. And that's all we gotta do to chop our basil. Our pasta is cooking, our fresh basil is cut, and we're just waiting for these beauties to come out of the oven. Our pasta is ready, so I'm gonna turn the heat off. And I'm gonna take out one of the noodles to make sure that it's completely cooked. And what you have to do is to break it open in half. And as you can see, there is no dry spots, which means your pasta is completely cooked. Now that our pasta is cooked, we're gonna strain it. Our 40 minutes have passed, and now I'm gonna take our tomatoes and feta cheese out of the oven. As you can see, the feta cheese has that brown crust on top and the tomato skin has opened. That means this is ready to assemble everything together. So we have our fresh cut basil, baked tomatoes and feta cheese, cooked pasta and parmesan. The next step will be to squish our tomatoes, feta cheese and garlic. So simply with a fork, we're gonna start squishing everything together. So let's start with the feta cheese and everything else. The garlic, tomatoes. Try to squish the tomatoes pretty good so you bring all the juice out. I think all my tomatoes are squished now. And now I'm gonna add the basil, sprinkle it all over, and give it all a good mix. It smells so yummy. Basically, this is the sauce for our pasta. Now we're gonna add our pasta and start mixing it. We want the sauce to get to every single noodle pasta in here. I'm gonna try it out to see if the salt and pepper is good. I think it could use a little bit more salt. So a pinch of salt and a little bit more pepper as well. So a bit more pepper. And I think that'll be good. Once we have everything in our pan, we're gonna finish it with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. And because we're really extra, I'm just gonna top it up with a few more basil leaves for decoration. Like that. So there you have it, guys. Your delicious feta cheese pasta. Okay guys, so now let's try it out. You guys know this is my favorite part of the video, right? I love food, I love eating. Let's do it. Let's try it, guys. I'm gonna grab a little bit of basil, tomato, everything. It is actually really good, guys. Now I know why it's so popular on TikTok. And again, the best part is it was so easy to make. Not bad TikTok. It's so yummy, guys. So that's it for today, guys. But I wanted to tell you guys something before we leave. I know I've been a little bit absent from YouTube for the last 3 weeks, but I promise that I'm gonna do my best to keep making my videos and giving you delicious recipes. If you guys like the video, don't forget to give me the thumbs up, subscribe down below, turn on the bell notification button, and leave me a comment. If you also want to follow me on my journey, I will be linking my social media down below. Thank you guys for watching and see you guys in the next video.